Yeah, nah, what's going on, people? Shit, it's Tuesday, you know. Shit, it's another day. We can make another vid. Shit, I ain't got nothing to do. But yeah, nah, today not really gonna be like a a serious video. Today I'm really just here to bullshit for real. Just talk about shit. So without further ado, I'm just getting action without wasting too much time, right? So I don't know if you guys saw, but if you guys go back and you look at my shorts or whatever vid, the other day I was mentioning a guy named BloodHound Lil Jeff, right? And what I was saying in the vid, it wasn't wrong, but I also didn't see the other side of it. I didn't watch any of the interviews. I never, saw him talk personally. So it was kind of like a one-sided thing. Even though I was, 50-50 right, I wasn't 100% right. There's a little bit more explanation to why, he was the way he was. But I was just watching. It started off. I put on the DJU interview that came out a couple months ago. I seen people were watching it, but I didn't get into it just cause I didn't feel the need to. But so I just got done watching that. The first thing I thought, I ain't gonna lie, I wanted to find every reason for me to be like, yeah, this nigga was just a full outright demon. Like, you feel me? He was aware of what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and even though he was to some degree, I just felt bad for the little nigga, man. And he, you feel me? I just felt bad for him. I ain't even gonna lie to you, like just, man. You can see you can really see a nigga pain on their face, like. It's different for me. I grew up, I don't like to say this shit to like sound tough or nothing like that, but I can actually say and stand on it. Like, I grew up around some killers, so I know what that. Is somebody coming down them steps? I know what the eyes look like of a nigga who killed somebody before. Yeah, when I watched that nigga, when I looked at them nigga eyes in his interview, it was almost like I ain't seen nothing there. Like when you hear the phrase, the lights are on, but nobody's home. That's kind of how it was when I saw him. So I'm looking at him and I'm like, damn, that nigga look like he gone. But yeah, when I was watching, I'm like, damn, this nigga look like he gone. Like, it's like, again, like I said, I'm trying to find every reason like to discredit him and just be like, fuck this nigga, I was right. But like, I watched the interview and I'm like, damn. All right. The first thing I noticed is this nigga's all perked out. I ain't gonna lie, the nigga blew my mind. I ain't never saw no shit like this, especially on no interview. The nigga, he said, I'm just about to handle something real quick. He was asking to step out. And I'm thinking he about to go roll a blunt or something off camera. I'm like, nigga, why you scared to roll a blunt on camera? Nigga, we illegal, right? The nigga breaks down a fucking 30, chops it up into a line, and then sniffs that bitch on camera. I was like, what the fuck? Okay. I keep on watching, right? Nothing told me at that moment to be like, yeah, fuck this nigga. I was like, this nigga just did a 30 on camera before the world. DJU is he's a big platform. I think he has well over 1 million subscribers. If not, he's close to it. He definitely got 500,000. So I'm like, damn, this nigga just broke down a perk knowingly on camera and bust that bitch down. Shit, this nigga had to go through something. So now I'm listening. I'm listening to what the young boy's saying. And the nigga was just talking about, life in Chicago and shit like that. And basically would turn the nigga into he was. The nigga said he ain't jump off the porch till he was 18. The nigga was only 21. So that's 3 years ago. 2021. And this nigga's known for some shit, boy. If you don't know who BloodHound Lil Jeff is, go look him up right now. Like, he up there with like King Von, and not music wise. I'm talking about some other shit. If you know. But I'm just like, damn, this little nigga. I think he graduated high school. He plays sports. He ain't jump out the porch till he was 18. So that's like, that means that you were actively avoiding the streets growing up. And I'm not saying this because like he a pussy or nothing like that, but he had a vision. He had a head on his shoulders. Like he was saying, after after I make the varsity team and I realized like, damn, it ain't nothing to do. That's when the nigga just, start fucking off for real. Not fucking off. To me, it's fucking off, but to him, it was finding a way to survive. It means to, and a way to live in a fucked up city. So, I don't know what it's like to have to, duck bullets and shit like that and see niggas get shot on the regular. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I've seen it before, but, like, I don't know what the fuck that shit like. You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, when I'm just listening to this nigga, I'm just like, damn, that shit kind of makes sense. But what I also noticed is, like I said, once I seen he was perked out, I was like, oh, so this was one of them young niggas who he fresh off the block and he trying to prove himself. Niggas was sent, he was the crash dummy. Niggas would send him on that drill. And niggas pop 30s, niggas pop 30s, Xannies, ecstasies, whatever, and go on these hits and think that's just like suppressing those emotions. It is for the moment, like while you do it. But when you wake up that next day and you remember what you did, that's what makes you go out and go get that next 30. And then the cycle just keeps on going, nigga. That's how addiction is started. You think most addicts really want to be addicts? Dude, you think them niggas on the street in the sweltering heat in the summertime really want to be there because they really just love heroin this much that they just said, fuck life? Nah, it wasn't really that. Some people, especially people who don't really have a relationship with God, and they go through things in life, but they don't know that you're supposed to go through things so that you grow. They go through things and then question why. And when they don't have an answer for that, and their mind becomes, clustered with all these questions and just, negativity and trauma and shit that they done been through and, dealt with through all these years, they begin to slowly snap. And it ain't nothing crazy, but it's like, aggression. Somebody might just piss you off one day and now you ready to literally beat the fuck out of this nigga, but you're not really mad at what they did. You just got so much shit going on the inside that it's like somebody just literally, it's like putting a fucking a toothpick to a goddamn water balloon. You're just gonna pop that bitch, and that's basically what happens. So when they go to the drug for the moment, it makes them feel good. It makes them feel normal. Their thoughts aren't like, so out of control and scattered. Because that's really why they go to the drug. Nigga, their thoughts are scattered. They can't really get a clear pinpoint on what they're feeling at the current moment. So that's why it's like, nigga, I'm just mad. I'm angry. A lot of niggas don't really be angry. Like I said, a lot of niggas just be dealing with trauma. Trauma doesn't, necessarily mean that, you got to get raped or you got to see a nigga get killed. Nigga, it's just when you go through some shit that I'm not going to say that you're not supposed to go through, but some shit that just disrupts your whole environment. Like, nigga, your safety might be violated. You just might be put in a situation that you were never put into, and the flight or fight response in your brain just, basically freezes, and now you're stuck in between. And that's where the shock comes in, and people can't really recall the event, that may have caused this until later on, because the shock is just like that, and it just stays. And that's why niggas take drugs, so, they can understand what they were feeling. That's why niggas take shrooms. That's why niggas take E. That's why niggas, whatever drug that'll make you be able to see shit for what it is. Not alcohol, not cocaine, not no 30s, no nothing like that, like no sedatives and nothing like that, Because that's really what a perk is. A perk is just heroin that you don't gotta shoot up, but you could shoot it up too, like. But, I was just watching that vid. I was just like, damn. Like I said in one of my videos, I was like, yo, darkness, God, wherever God is, the people there aren't really going to lack. So when I look at, the hoods of Chicago, and of course we know that there's a reason for it, but it's kind of too late to use that as an excuse, because even then, well over 30, 40 years ago, all this stuff had came out when it was happening, but the people never did anything, and then the generations to come never did anything. So we can't, say that now, this shit from 40 years ago is what fucking our kids up. Nah, y'all done had about 20 years of knowing what the fuck they done do. Y'all had 20 years to, raise your children right and make sure that they ain't gonna be fucking up the city, but y'all niggas didn't. So, oh, you got that light? Thank you, brother. But you niggas didn't, so you can't really blame the system now. But again, I ain't here to, talk shit to niggas today. I'm just here to fuck around. But that nigga came up in a city where there just wasn't no presence of God. And when I say that, I don't mean that God turned his back, but nigga, look, I just need you to think about it just like this, right? Look at it from a perspective that a human can understand, right? Look at it like GTA, right? GTA, when it came out, the game was doing so good. They designed it so well. They put so much time, so much effort into it, so much money into it, so that when they released it, and I don't know if online came with it or maybe that came along the line, but either way, they were able to release it and then just let it go because they know what they created was just so perfect. There was no defects. They wouldn't think that the people would want anything more than this, right? They go on, they create their other games. They're not really paying attention to GTA other than the profits, aka good deeds, shit like that. People who actually spreading the word, right? Why would God, right? If he made this planet as complex as it is, though it's so complex, it's so simple, but if he was able to make it like that, like I said, everything has a function, nigga. Even the universe has a function. Like, the stars, nigga, the fucking gases, all that shit plays a role. It's not just there for a reason. Just like everything here on Earth, there's nothing here that's just here for no reason other than man-made shit, like buildings and architecture, shit like that. Why would he pay attention? He gave you niggas everything that you needed. And again, it's not that he's turning his back, but the people that he made, he gave you niggas minds. He gave you niggas your brain, free will, the soul. He gave you all of these things. Nigga, there's everything here is plentiful. Fruit, animals, the fucking oceans. Nigga, there's not anything that you should be lacking on Earth. I would expect those highly intelligent people that I designed, because I have so much faith in what I created, for them to be able to come to a resolution. But you know what happens? The people begin to believe that they're not anything. And they don't think this consciously, but over time, you're just convinced that you need not even God, but you need another man to help you. You need your government. You need a president. You need a governor. You need state officials. They convince you that you need everything but God. And God is really, I'm not gonna say God is you, but there's a piece of God in you. You're connected to him. And it's niggas like BloodHound Lil Jeff who went through such a horrible life that they tried to maintain for so long, and it was they never had an outlet to see that what they were doing was right. They never had anybody around them to show them, like, nah, what you're doing is right. Keep on going with this. Even in basketball, don't work. That work ethic that you have for ball, let's put it to something else. Here, let me show you how to do some construction. Here, let me take you out here on this job that I know how to do, this little electrician job. Here, let me put you on this cashier job out there. Let me find out something. Let me put you in my store I own. But again, us as black people, we don't have stuff like that. And I think it's times like that where you got to charge it to the system. Like, when you get to the real root of real issues, you guys can't blame the system for a surface level issue, because the surface level issues are all things that you created. But when you get to the root, that's when you get to the system. And again, I don't make these videos because I want a nigga to buck up. I personally don't believe that black people will buck up. I believe that it's going to take for not just my generation, but maybe the next 2-3 generations probably. Oh, trust me, because they gonna die. They gonna die. And I'm not saying this like I'm gonna live past anybody. Like I said, I won't make it seem like I'm somebody, who's better than anybody. But I'm just being realistic. The way that our society is, and I mean like the black culture and just the way that, we move our children, they're on a track to failure and crashing. Nobody gave them any type of real life skills that'll really, be beneficial to them when they go out into the real world. If anything, they would give it a bunch of street skills, a bunch of street knowledge. And how good is that if you don't want your child to be in the street? I could speak on that a little bit firmly, because trust me, I had the most active street father, nigga, while I was growing up. I didn't even know that nigga was in the streets. I used to walk in the house, I see powder on the counter, nigga. I used to make up excuses. I'm like, hey, it can't be what I think it is. Obviously, it wouldn't be that. Why would he do that? But the only reason why I thought that is because the way he carried himself around us, he didn't take none of that street shit to his house, to his home. That's where, the difference between the young cats and the old cats being, even though the old cats ain't no different because they was like that when they was younger. But they got older and they realized who they were, and that they didn't have to be the flashy people that, feel so insecure that they got to come back and be the street nigga that you are outside to your bitch, to your kids, because you feel like you're nothing. Like, nah, my dad understood that. My dad understands that, nigga, he's way more than what he does in the street. Nigga, not only is he a good father, but nigga, just the journey, the fucking growth, nigga, that he is, went through over the years. Like, nigga, the knowledge that this nigga has gained, the wisdom, like, nigga, this nigga done lived in 38 states. 38 states. Nigga, by the time I was born, he already knocked off half of them. So, and I was, you feel what I'm saying? And I ain't too old, but I ain't too young. But, I say that to say, just seeing that little nigga, I was like, damn, it's just fucked up, because that really be the case for a lot of little kids, a lot of people, like a lot of these people, they're kids, they're just adults. See, when you go through a traumatic experience, that piece of your brain gets stuck there. That's why when you deal with it years later, you might be 30 and you think about that time you may have got molested, or you may have got, you may have saw that murder or whatever the fuck it was. That's why it triggers those feelings, because that little 8-year-old brain was stuck and frozen in time. Everything else kept on moving on. So you got to remember, the emotional side and that fight or flight side is all in the lower part of your brain, right here in the back. Right here. I ain't making this shit up. Look it up. It's very simple diagrams on Google. But everything else keeps on going. It's that shit that gets you stuck. Because nothing else in your life, that's why you're able to push through. And that's why you're able to, mask it up and make it seem like you're okay. Like, because again, the rest of your brain's going to keep going with that piece was stuck. So, nigga, of course, when you're dealing with that type of shit, you ain't going to be able to grow and see shit, for really what it is, or have any type of foresight. Like, these little niggas don't got no foresight. They don't got no vision of the future. Their version of the future is 5 fucking years from now. My nigga, 5 years is a long time, but it's a short time, especially if you really like live in life. I think 5 years is a lot to people who are, like stagnant and in the same environment all the time. But when you're moving around and you're doing stuff, nigga, 5 years goes by fast. Nigga, 5 years go fast, like, but I don't like to talk from like a point of view of shaming anymore, because when I was shaming people, I wasn't perfect, and really what I was shaming was just the shit that I didn't like, a little bit about myself. Not majority of the time. Majority of the time I really did have, like, they were actual reasons. Like, nigga, there's a lot of fucked up shit in the community about you niggas, but the reason why I was calling it out, because I was just like when Jesus told the people that he without sin shall not cast the first stone, or whatever the fuck it was, something like that. I forgot. I don't remember. I'm high right now. But let he who is without sin cast the first stone. At that time, I was indulging a lot of this shit. Like, I was listening to the nigga music. I was watching all the ratchet nigga TV at the same time, nigga YouTube, all that. But I was quick to call it out on y'all, because it's like, if I call it out, nobody's gonna think that I watch it or I indulge in it, but I indulge in it. I just don't, let it transfer into my life. Like, I might listen to some Lil Durk, some King Von, whatever, but I'm not about to go outside and portray a street nigga or try to, get into some shit, no matter how hype it gets me. That should have never get in the way. But, that's where I was at one point in time. Right now, I'm on a path to not only understanding myself, but just the people around me. Like, I feel like that's the role of a person who's living under, not only God's hand, but I'm also following God's plan. Like, I don't say that shit. I didn't even mean to make that rhyme, but, I don't say no shit to, like, really try to sound cool or nothing like that. Like, you see, I just upload videos. Like, I just be in the house thinking, and I realize I don't want I don't want any thoughts to really, transfer into something negative. Cause trust me, I've been through all that shit, nigga. Young nigga, teenage shit, depression. Like, I saw where the brain could really take you if you don't address the shit that you're thinking, the shit that you feel, especially if you feel it passionately. And that's what makes niggas feel weak sometimes, because they don't really have an environment where they can voice their opinions and their concerns in a positive environment where people will validate not only their thoughts, their experiences. There are some people who may have went through the same shit as what you're describing. So, that kind of makes you not only feel good, but again, it makes you feel validated in a sense. It makes you feel like that you were right. Like, you weren't wrong. It wasn't you who only went through this, horrible pain or this just fucked up situation. Because not everything is just to an extreme. Sometimes it could just be a lot of annoying shit. But a lot of annoying shit over a course of years, and you don't have a environment where you can address it without having to, receive any like verbal, like assault, backlash and shit like that. And it's like shit that's putting you down. There's really like no teaching in it. That's just gonna be like, well, my thoughts don't matter enough to where I can really express myself. And that's what makes you put yourself in bad situations. You might keep bad company, friends that you feel like, you're not the first priority. And, that's not their fault. We put ourselves in those situations when we feel like that. When we feel like that, as long as we're there, that it's good, like, nah. Sometimes you can't do that, because sometimes you could be there, but you're not there. You're just an extra person filling up space. You gotta remember, if you feel like that you can't be alone and you're going through depression, there are other people who feel like they can't be alone and they're not even as bad off as you. And some people even are, and a very good amount of them. That's not even just my, opinion. Like, there are numbers, like, especially among teenagers, So, and trust me, when I was about maybe 15 or 16, that's when I was studying psychology, and I was going outside, and I wasn't applying nothing, but I was just observing things, making drawing up conclusions and coming up with, hypotheses on why, certain behaviors, maybe, why people do the things that they do. I was very interested in that because I didn't know why I did the things that I did. When I was about that age, like, all the way up until about maybe 14, 15, I had really bad anxiety. And I always wondered, like, what was that anxiety for? Like, none of my brothers really had it, especially the way that I had it. Like, I had it, like, very severely. It was to the point, like, where I remember being outside, like, I would be out with girls and shit like that, and somebody might say something, like, I might be out, like, with the homies or something. We all chilling at a girl house, and it might be a girl that I like, but somebody might say something that I feel like is pushing up on them, and they succeed, and my face might switch, because that's just my anxiety, feeling like, damn, she don't like me, right? And I would think niggas could actively see that. I used to really be feeling like hella embarrassed, and I used to go to the bathroom and be like, God damn, my face twitching. Niggas couldn't even see that shit, but it got to a point. I remember me and my brother, we used to chill with the old heads on the block, go smoke it up with them and shit like that, chill in the crib, because we was some cool ass young boys. I don't like to toot my own horn, but we was some cool ass young boys. But come on, man, sit down. But yeah, I remember we in there talking, and my brother, he was just the way he could talk and express himself, and it sounded so assured of what he was saying, and be able to ask questions, like, really when he was really concerned, like, without feeling a way about it. I really admired that at the time. And during some of those conversations, I really wish that I could, like, interject and add my 2 cents at how I felt about the situation, or just how I felt about things in general. And my anxiety would always tell me, like, just for some reason just don't. Like it would feel like I was just under immense pressure. But then I started to think about my childhood. You know, it wasn't the worst, but it wasn't. You know what black people got to go through. We go through some shit. I ain't gonna lie. You know, we go through some shit, but it ain't, you know, super severe. You know, it's just basic shit. I feel like everybody go through parental issues and shit like that. You know, parents break up. You feel like you got to choose a side as a kid. So that makes you, you know, shut off that voice because it's like, damn, I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. But that can transfer with you, you know, even into your adulthood. But that's why I'm trying to address it again. I don't want to, you know, talk down on niggas, because one, I don't want that smoke in my life. I ain't gonna lie. Look, I'm not no pussy, but look, I ain't calling on no smoke. I don't want niggas to take my words wrong and make it seem like, man, he talking down on the city, he talking down on this. Nah. So that's why I just want to, you know, reiterate that, because trust me, it's a little bit bigger than what I'm saying, but I just don't want to say it because it's going, y'all niggas ain't gonna receive what the fuck I'm saying. And even then, I ain't calling you niggas dumb, but some niggas are just on a different pedestal. And I'm not, you get what I'm saying? But nah, man, for real though. When I watched the video, you know, I watched a couple more, I saw the niggas Instagram lives, and it was like, man, this nigga was just on a path to destruction, and it's fucked up. Get out that kitchen. See, man, see what the fuck I gotta do. Man, goddamn, man. Y'all niggas got pets, man. I know some of y'all niggas got some pets, man. Look, if any of you niggas can agree, these little goddamn dogs, and I got a little runt of the crew, man. Them little niggas, I don't know what's up with them, man. But this little bitch right here, she a little white bitch. I would show it to y'all, but I ain't gonna show you niggas my dog. But, you know, just know, she might ride or die, but like, god damn, man, sometimes you be like, I wish I ain't make that goddamn purchase. But I should have knew something was up when that price went from $500 to $150 in a week. I should have knew something was up, but, you know, shit. Niggas be wanting to get some shit real quick. Oh, shit, what that hat say? That's Bad Bunny? Oh, shit, I ain't even peep. Listen here, if you ever go to Puerto Rico, my nigga, I know I might be yapping, but look, I'm giving you niggas some game. If you ever go to Puerto Rico, don't ever speak down on Bad Bunny. Boy, them niggas riding like it's the fucking cartel behind that nigga. Boy, in the tourist shops, nigga, in the tourist shops, I got this hat, Old San Juan. Boy, I was in there, I heard some goddamn Bad Bunny, and then I looked, and they got a goddamn, like, picture like of this nigga, you know, like when you have like the poster and they got like their little story a little bit, you just tell where they're born and all that. I saw that shit in their story, and I'm like, I was about to make a joke. I talked to my dad and my brother. I'm like, yo, is Bad Bunny from Puerto Rico? And I was about to laugh. Boy, it was a husband and it was a wife behind the counter. They got up, put their newspapers down, said, yeah, just in that tone. These niggas speak Spanish. He said that just in that tone, staring me down in my fucking eyes. Right then and there, I knew, I don't know what he does, but I got to clean this up fast. All I had to say was, hey, man, we fucks with Bad Bunny. Let me get this hat. So that's where this story comes from. I ain't gonna lie, man. You know, shit. You know, look, man, I got an interest in life, you know, and shit. And I ain't even saying that like this shit over. I got hell of a more time, you know. I ain't even gonna say that because I don't know how much longer I got. That's why I'm enjoying it every goddamn day. But, you know, shit, you know, that's why I fucks with y'all, you know. I don't know who actually, you know, listening, but if you is listening, my nigga, shit, you gonna meet a real nigga. I ain't gonna lie. It ain't gonna be, there's a couple niggas like us, but it ain't like a general population. It's like a, you know, we like them, we the exception to the rule. Trust me, we the exception to the rule. But that's why, you know, I bullshit a little bit. I don't need nobody thinking I'm here to be a goddamn savior. I'm just here to be funny and maybe voice some of my opinions on the goddamn net. I ain't here to save nobody's race, nobody's community, nobody's child. If I touch some people and it inspires some type of change, salute to you. But I am not no goddamn activist. I ain't no socialist. I ain't no nothing. I don't vote no parties. Yeah, nah, hell nah. Hell no. I'm loyal to Uncle Sam, and that's just about it. Shit, I'm gonna fuck with y'all, though. This was a nice little video. You know, I'm gonna chop it up a little bit. What they say, chop and screw it up a little bit? Yeah, I'm gonna chop and screw it up a little bit. And shit, I'm gonna see y'all boys, man. Take it easy.